Welcome back into the Serena Kingdom. Today we're going to talk all things dating. I hope you guys enjoy this segment and we'll talk later. Bye-bye. So welcome back into the Serena Kingdom. It is so sweet to see you guys. Today is Monday and we are doing something super, super amazing today. We are doing a dating panel. The panel is actually going to start in about 23 minutes. So I have 23 minutes to say hi to you guys, catch up with you guys, and just tell you guys, oh, no way, you got the meats, cake. Give me the meats now. All right, we're starting at 6:40. I'm hoping this panel lasts about an hour and a half, and then we can do Monster Prom. If anyone needs to potty, step away, anything like that, please let me know, okay? Alrighty, well, Jen, we're gonna start with you if you want to do your introduction.
I got a hard promote, understood.
Yes.
Hi, I'm Jen, or Jen is online. I stream here on Twitch. I am a Twitch partner as of like 2 or 3, 4 weeks ago. I don't know how long ago now. But I am a comedy-focused, plus-sized, friendly neighborhood souls streamer. I like to make people laugh in games that aren't very funny. And we're just out here. My community is largely filled with LGBTQIA plus individuals. We focus on body positivity, suicide prevention, and a lot of other topics that come and go as we please. I'm excited to be here. Do you want my dating advice now?
Yeah. Let's hear like just a piece of any advice you got for us.
Me like looking around for notes that don't exist.
Fucking
Same.
I need to do something. I would say that if you're in a relationship or dating around, and if you're in a constant headspace of feeling uncomfortable or feeling like you're walking on eggshells, especially if you just met this person, you're probably better off with someone else.
Facts. Don't walk around on eggshells. And that's for anybody. I think that's good advice for like relationships, but also friendships.
Anybody. Yeah, truly. If you feel uncomfortable and someone is like pushing your boundaries or whatever the case is, if it's constant or even just once, if you're uncomfortable, go find something else. There's going to be someone better who's out there and ready to meet your needs.
Period. Also, eggshells probably hurt your feet. Absolutely.
That's true, and that's the real reason that you shouldn't do it. It's because it hurts.
for real.
Red, sweetie, if you want to go in an introduction and give me a piece of advice.
All right, I'm terrible at hard selling. I'm Red. On Twitch, I'm some bitch named Red. The biggest thing about my community is that we really work to create a safe space for everyone so nobody feels unwelcome or uncomfortable. As far as advice, Jen, yours is great. I would say for me, it's a lot of times people sell compromise and talk about how much you're going to have to compromise in a relationship. And while certain compromises are good, do not compromise yourself and who you are as a person and your own morals for somebody else. It's never worth it.
Facts.
Snaps and the claps.
Facts. We love that. Hi, Cosmo. How are you? All right, Emerald. Do you want me to call you Emmy or Emerald? Do you have a preference during this?
Whatever you want, Shotty.
Because
I
I
care.
normally call you Emmy, but I wasn't sure.
I'm fine with that.
Okay.
People can call me whatever. Emmy Brown.
Well, you can go ahead, Emmy. Do a little bit of an introduction and some advice.
Hi, my name is Emerald. I'm 22. I used to stream, but I am too damn busy, sadly, for that anymore. I'm going to be getting my bachelor's in criminal justice this summer. So yeah, I'm just a workaholic in that degree, I guess. But dating advice that I can really think of, I mean, they really hit the nail on the head with a lot of it, is I think the biggest thing. So if you need to hide a body ego, sorry, that
legal
got me.
reasons, that's a joke.
For legal reasons, that is a joke, but like if you need help, just DM me. But I think the biggest thing is definitely communication is easier said than done. I know that I'm realizing a lot of things too, that communication can be difficult, especially if you come from trauma growing up and things like that, and there may be things that you yourself need to realize is affecting not just you but your relationship as well. So I guess holding you accountable and holding your partner accountable as well whenever it comes to disagreements and arguments.
I think that's super, super important because a lot of times I feel like people want to point the finger, but they can always look at like what they're doing wrong in a relationship as well. Sloth, if you want to introduce yourself, and everyone say hi, happy birthday!
Oh my god, happy birthday!
Happy birthday.
I am Sloth, Cowardly Sloth, Cat, whatever. Call me whatever you want. I've probably been called worse. I am 30 years old today, so yeah. that's that. I've got 2 kids running amok downstairs, so yeah, if I have to dip really quickly for a second, I'll be right back, I promise. And then my dog is being a needy pain in the ass right here. I would say you can't fix them. There is no fixing somebody who doesn't want to be fixed. You can't keep saying, oh, if we do this, then we'll be happy. If we just do that, then we'll be happy. It's not gonna happen. It's not gonna happen.
Yeah.
Can't fix them. Hi, yes.
I totally agree. And I'll go last. Most of you guys know me, but if y'all don't, hi, hello, my name is Serena Paris. I've been a content creator on Twitch here now for about 4 years. I'm a silly goose. I'm definitely 18 plus. I say a lot of bad words. I do a lot of Fortnite, but I'm really excited to host more panels, get out of my comfort zone, meet new friends, hang out with old friends. So I did want to try to do Video Ninja for the hands up thing, and I unfortunately couldn't get it to work. So we're gonna do like off-brand, and if you guys want to answer the question, you guys will just put a high five in the chat or in our chat. Well, that was really good advice, because I feel like, especially with the compromises, a lot of people want to compromise, but you have to remember that you can't always compromise.
Yeah. Found my perfect high five emote that I'm gonna use.
Nice. I can't wait to see it. Okay. All right, chat. So this question is, what do you feel is more important, trust or respect?
That's
Do
a
we
good
need more
one.
trust? Do we need more respect? Because I feel like both of those are very important. All right, Red, you answered first. Let's hear what you have to say.
I feel like I'm gonna like cheat a little by saying this, but I feel like without real trust, there's no respect in a relationship. Like if you don't trust one another, you're not respecting one another. So I mean, I guess that means I think trust trumps it a little bit, because you don't have the second one without the first one.
Yeah.
That's all I got.
Yeah.
I'd agree.
No, I get you. Emerald, you were next, sweetie.
Yeah, I was going to say basically the same thing, just of like, I think if you're thinking of the 2 aspects of it overall, you would want to be trusting with the person that you are with, to respect your morals and shit. So, I mean, that pretty much,
Yeah, it's hard to pick
Right.
one or the other,
Yeah.
really.
because I feel like they come hand in hand, and it's not just like black and white. There's
Mhm.
like the gray area of both having to be intertwined in some way, or that they are intertwined in some way. Yeah, because I think respect is very, very important in a relationship, because you need to respect people's morals and whatnot. But then there's the aspect of, do you trust that person to respect your morals as well?
It's a little bit of everything, you know?
Yeah, so that one's a pretty difficult call, because I feel like they connect in a lot of ways.
Sloth, you were next.
I think they're both super important, and like you can't have one without the other. But I think the trust comes first, because like Emmy said, like you have to trust that they're going to respect you as well, right? But also you have to have respect for yourself.
Facts.
Ika,
yeah.
shut the fuck up. I don't know those 2 long. Yeah, yeah.
Okay. For me, I feel like you can't really have one without the other. I couldn't imagine dating someone who didn't respect me, but also I couldn't imagine dating someone who I couldn't trust either. So it's like you have to pick one of the 2 evils, and I feel like both of those are really bad red flags if you don't have trust or respect. Jen, did you want to add anything onto that, love?
Yeah, I was sitting here thinking, because I'm trying to think of an argument for respect.
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
obviously, I feel like there's an answer, and the answer is that you need to have love and trust in yourself to have love and trust in your relationship. But then when you think about respect and like what that really means, is like we walk around with the expectations of people to respect us in our decisions, just as they have expectations of you respecting them and their decisions, which is what leads to a bunch of people saying we'll just agree to disagree. So I think it's important to have respect in general in every aspect of the word, and I'm trying to not just say that you need both, because I feel like that's the obvious answer.
Yeah,
So I'm trying to make an
yeah.
argument for respect.
Well, and
here.
I
I
was
think it's
hoping that
important.
someone would pick one or the other, and we've
That's
kind of
what
all
I'm
said
trying.
the same
That's what
thing.
I'm doing. Okay, I'm doing it for you. I'm just thinking, like, for example, if you have a promiscuous profession. You obviously have enough respect for yourself to do that job, and you need someone to respect you in the work that you do, and realizing that that is real work, and that is you're bringing in money and you're taking care of yourself and the bills. Obviously there's trust there, but that's not like as the same as respect. You can walk around and say, I trust them to not cheat on me, or you can say, I respect their work and I support them in that. And I think I did it. I made an argument.
That's pretty valid. Yeah.
That
Got there in the end.
Yeah. I saw you. It took a second, but we got there. And that, yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
all right, we're gonna move on to question number 2. Great answers, guys. It's getting
Great
my
answer,
head thinking
great
about
answer.
things. My head
Family
is thinking.
Feud.
Okay. In
Ready.
a relationship, if one party breaks a boundary of the other person, what is a healthy way to move forward? So if a partner does something knowing it, because sometimes they don't know, but like if they do know that and they do whatever it is that they did, they broke a boundary, but you're not ready to call it quits, what is a healthy way to move forward? I literally blanked out on that question. Yeah, it's like you have to think about it a little bit, you know? I mean, let's see what you have to say, sweetie.
Okay. So if they knowingly broke the boundary and they knew that it would be affecting you, but that's a difficult one because there can be different degrees of it per se, because it all depends on what the boundary was that broke and how much it means to you. Because for some people, if you just like call them a silly, like if you jokingly call your significant other like a bitch or something, for some people that'd be like we're joking around. For some people like me, if I were to be called a bitch, I would be very taken aback and hurt by that. I don't like being called that, especially by men, just due to past things. So if I have said that in the past and then they were to have called me a bitch, it would be difficult for me to try and figure out how to like really drive home the point that like, hey, you may not think that this is such a big deal to you, but it is to me. And if you love me, then you should work on not doing that. Because maybe it was like just a habit. Maybe in a past relationship they commonly said that, or they commonly did things that were okay in their past relationship or with friendships, but it's not okay with me now. So I think really just communicating why it is hurting you and try and give them an example of how they can stop doing that or moving forward, like, hey, this hurt me, this is why it hurt me, instead of doing this, could you do this instead?
Yeah.
And give them an example, like lay it all out flat. I don't want to be rude and be like, this is how you talk to a kid, but at times you need to simplify it to that.
Yeah.
Because some people don't think the way that you think, so you need to really lay it out flat for people and be like, this is why it hurt me, this is what I would prefer you do next time. And if it's something along the lines of like going down like emotional cheating or things like that, that I don't want to say it's like it's cheating but not actually cheating, because to me I'm like, no, I would just be like, hey, you're showing that you broke a boundary and that I cannot trust you with this, so either you like delete the app that you're looking at specific things on, or something along those lines. Like if you're not comfortable with your partner watching explicit content, like that's just the boundary of mine per se, and then you catch that person watching content, then you're like, I told you that's not something that I'm interested in, that I want in my relationship with you, so I would like you to delete that app going forward. If you're unable to do that, and then it's just not going to work out.
Yeah. Like you said, communication is like one of the most important things to have. Red, let's hear what you have to say, love.
So I was going to kind of expand on what Emmy was saying, because communication, I think, is the biggest thing when it comes to if someone's broken a boundary, especially if they already knew about the boundary.
That goes back to the whole trust and respect conversation. However, if you're in a situation and you feel safe and comfortable to be able to approach it, you could say things like, I didn't know that this was going to be an issue for me because of X, Y, and Z, and now I'm realizing that this is an issue for me. and you can have a conversation about it then. There's also another part of something where you have pink flags where you kind of let them slide for a really long period of time, and it starts to bother you more and more over time. So when you bring it up, it's a little bit more combated because you have, well, I've been doing this for 5 years. I've been doing this for 6 years. And you're like, well, it's been bothering me the whole time. Well, why didn't you say anything 6 years ago? This is your fault. Well, very, very specific personal problem, I hear. But you need to be able to be in a position to where you can express those things. And maybe it's about finding the right words. So backing up for a moment and saying, and like what Serena had said, like thinking about what you want to say so that you're not just run-on sentencing your partner.
And I think it's important, like in friendships or relationships or anyone who's in your life, like you have to remind yourself, like boundaries can change, boundaries can grow. Sometimes you can get over things. And then, like Jen said, sometimes you let things slide and you got to get better about not letting things slide.
Yeah, like
Oh my
Emmy was
God.
saying, that shift from either you're afraid that if you bring it up, they're going to leave, or it's going to be a big problem, and like worse than leaving. And then shifting to where you can talk about those things and it's welcome to talk about those things. It's the mental gymnastics that you have to do is just
Or even like a friendship. How do you guys keep the spark alive instead of like making it not so roommatey? Red, did you want to answer? I saw your hand go up.
I don't have anything like some special magic trick. The only thing I would say is just never stop flirting. Like, just keep flirting. Like, always be flirting because that helps keep that little bit of spark as long as and constantly be like romanticizing the relationship. Not in an irrational way, but like the little cute things about them, don't let them turn into like icks.
Yeah.
For me, my longest relationship is with Monster, and we've almost been together for 6 years now. And some days there is days where it kind of feels like we're roommates. Like he works really, really hard. He has a big boy job. He works his ass off. So sometimes the only time I get to see him is when we're laying down to go to bed. So we can kind of feel like that roommate vibe sometimes. Sloth, did you want to add on to that?
okay. So my longest relationship is actually 10 years, but I dumped his ass.
Hell yeah.
Dump his ass.
We won't go there. But me and Ika have been together like a year and a half. But yeah, like Red said, always be flirting. I mean, you guys have seen Ika in chats. It's obnoxiously constant sometimes. And like Serena said, never stop dating. Like it can be just like it can be free. And like with us it's hard because we're so far away from each other, right? But like there was one night last fall, I think it was, where like I had frogs in my front yard, and it was in the summer, I guess, because they were still in my front yard. So we had a date night where we had the one frog that was in my flower bed, and we each drew a picture of, I don't remember what the frog's name was, but he was a security guard. And and we did that. We watched something, I think we watched Futurama, and we both drew a picture of, I think his name was Herbert or something like that.
Ika said Harold. So
Harold! Yeah.
That's cute.
Yeah. So like it doesn't have to cost anything. And that was both just with stuff that, I mean, I'm a crafty bitch. I'm up here in my craft room. The third floor of my house is my craft room. So like I've got stuff, but like always be doing that. And there was another thing I was gonna say. Always be supporting each other.
That's a good one.
Be supportive of each other and listen to the things that they want to do. And even if you don't necessarily agree with it, if I say, I mean, I don't know how many times I've said, hey, I'm going to start this new project. And, I don't need another project in my work in progress pile. But Ika's like, sure, sounds great. Go ahead, crush it. You can do it.
And that might be my biggest red flag is when Monster starts talking about things that I respectfully could not care about. Like respectfully. Like I said, he has a big boy job, so he likes to talk about it sometimes. And I always catch myself thinking about like cats or like what do I got to do next. And like that's like as humans, you guys are always thinking about like what do I need to do today? What do I got to do? And then like I start realizing shit, sometimes I'm on my phone scrolling, typing things that I need to do. because as a content creator, I'm always on my phone. I'm always thinking of things.
Welcome, Rita.
But also y'all have been together for a while and y'all know what y'all can make fun of each other. And Jen, I saw that you just put your hand up. Also, let us know how long you've been in a relationship as well, or your longest one. I'm sorry.
My longest relationship is over 5 years, but I've been with my current partner for 4 years next month.
Okay, congratulations.
Oh, thanks. I feel like, through failed relationships and through things in the past, like, you learn a lot. And I think what works for me is the little things and recognizing what each other's love languages are and recognizing that those things are different for everybody, for every single person. Your friends, like your teachers, everybody has a different love language. So I recognized that mine is acts of service. And that's something that I had never really thought about in the past. And I don't mean like catering hand and foot for me, but like if my partner comes home from the grocery store and brings something that I didn't think that I wanted or asked for, that's really sweet, and that makes me think that they were thinking about me. And little things that you were doing a whole lot of when you first started dating, like sending selfies of yourself, sending I miss you messages while you're at work or something. You stop doing those things after a while. In fact, just the other day, I was like, would it be weird to send my partner this selfie of myself that I just took? And I'm like, no, it's not weird. Send it. So I sent it and he liked it. And it was very much like that little reminder of like why you guys are together. You think each other are hot, and you also have a hopefully compatible personality. So one of the largest things that helps a lot is finding something to do together, not just watching TV, not just doing things at home, but like finding a hobby that you both enjoy. So my partner and I both play Dungeons and Dragons together, and that's something that we do together with our friends.
I freaking love that, and I love love languages, and I'm so sad that I didn't bring it up because normally in a conversation, if someone's gonna bring it up, it's gonna be me.
Love languages change.
Yes.
Yeah.
From yourself just year to year as you grow in the same relationship, or from relationship to relationship. Like, you can be with one person and words of affirmation is your love language, and then you go to another one and it's physical touch, right?
Mhm.
And it depends on where you guys are at in your relationship. Like with me and Ika being so far away, it's going to be different when he is at home and I'm here versus when we are actually together, right? So knowing that about yourself and knowing how to tell how it is that you need to be loved, right? So like knowing that, okay, well, normally this is what I need, but right now I'm feeling like this is what I need, and being able to voice that.
Yeah, and that's like
Communication.
that's a big reason. I invited you guys all for like all my own personal reasons, but a big reason why I invited Sloth is she is someone who is in a relationship that is like countries away. Did anyone want to add on to that at all?
It's like I had a shitty ass week last week, and it's like, God, I just wish I could go over there and just cuddle and I'll feel better. But it's like,
I just want a motherfucking hug.
yeah, literally, I'm just like, please. So you kind of have to figure out those things, and if there are stretches of time that we can't see each other, we make it a point, like on weekends we have Lego building dates where we'll have video calls and build Legos together if we're not able to see each other that weekend or something of the sort. Just because my biggest thing is quality time with a person, and I'm
Absolutely.
noticing more that I want more like words of affirmation as well. But whenever I want quality time, I'm like, I want us like off our phones. I just want us to like be able to talk, build some damn Legos, like do something together. I'm not gonna like every single. I tried to play Destiny. I used to play it all the damn time, and I'm like, babe, I can't do this. This is I can't. But so I'm like, you go play your Destiny with your boys, and I will sit here listening to true crime, and I will be happy.
Well, Jen, you can go ahead, sweetie.
So I was gonna be mean.
Okay.
I'm still gonna be mean.
Okay.
Love that.
Think of the person you hate the most
Oh,
in
shit.
a relationship. They're the person that constantly says, me and this person. Or they stop having their own identity when they get into a relationship, and every single sentence is, oh yeah, me and this person, oh me and this person, oh me and this person, oh me and this person. Or they start answering for their partner and their partner's just answering for you. I'm like, who are you? Do I even know you anymore? Are we friends, or are you just this amalgamation of you and your partner? Where did you go? why don't you have
I
hobbies?
know.
You are the most boring, now most annoying person that I know, and I don't want to be your friend anymore. So I tend to back away from people who start to mold into one single person because it's annoying and it's boring. Me and Thor think Legos are great. We are now one. But I think it is so, so, so important to maintain your own hobbies and interests as well as your own friend group. My partner and I do have shared friends, sure, where if we were to break up, we'd have to, split the children situation. But we
Yeah.
also have our own friend groups. They know, all my friends know of them, and all of their friends know of me, and they have their own girls' day, and I have my own friend days. Like, we do all of our stuff kind of separately, and then we get together and talk about all of those things, because oh my gosh, if you have separate interests and hobbies and friends, you have more to talk about. What a concept. And
Who would have thought?
it is perfect to do things with your partner, and it's perfect to have your partner involved with stuff, but like if you're going to a girls' day and your partner's with you as well with the girls, excuse me, why are they here? No thanks.
Sloth, did you want to answer the question, sweetie?
I think it helps to, like, for you to maintain your own hobbies and interests, it helps you to encourage theirs.
Yes.
For you to be like, hey, you know what? You go play COD with Sumo and the boys and whoever, Chelsea, I don't give a fuck. I'm going to sit here and crochet. I'm going to sit here and read a book. I'm going to sit here and do something else entirely. Have fun. Message me when you're done.
Yeah.
Like, and it helps having it vice versa too, because I don't know how many times I've been like, hey, so this person wants me to go out and do this, but Eagle will be like, yeah, go, have fun, whatever, I don't care. Weekend that I randomly all of a sudden went to the strippers with my friend. He was like, yeah, sure, go see some titties, have fun, whatever. Like, it was not planned. I had not been out with this friend in forever. I hadn't even seen her in forever because, of course, split the children kind of thing. That was one of the ones that I thought had gone to his side because the husband in that relationship was more friends with him than I was friends with either of them. Turns out to not be the case. It's fine. So I ended up going out with her to the strippers, and it was fun. I didn't get home until like 4 a.m. I was exhausted, but it was fun. So it helps to, on both sides, have each other encourage your own interests and hobbies and remind each other that it's okay to do your own thing. Because sometimes you do get sucked into that doing everything together. And
Jen's
it kinda
comment made
needs
me laugh.
I'm just giggling because you said the strippers.
Hey, because here, that's just what it is. Like, we don't, it's not a strip club.
No, I
It's
love
not-
it. It's
it's-
great. I'm going to the strippers.
It's a bar with strippers at it.
I love that. That's so funny.
The strippers. Like,
I love it.
Bye, honey. I'm
Like,
going to
literally
the
The
strippers.
strippers.
exactly. That's how it is here, okay?
That's cute.
Literally everybody around here just refers to them as the Rippers. Like,
Mm-hmm.
Well, so Sloth's just saying, guys, if you guys want to have your own interests, go see some strippers.
I highly encourage it. It was fun. I had a JJ right in the face.
Fantastic.
Oh, fuck. That's hilarious. Red, sweetie, did you want to add on to any of that?
Yeah. So for me, I think something that's really important is also taking time to be single so that you have a strong sense of self and you know the things that you're interested in and you can stand by that instead of like not knowing yourself enough so that the second you get in a relationship, you're like, okay, I'm just going to pick up whatever you got going on because I don't know who the hell I am. So I think having that sense of self is just like the first step towards making sure that when you're in a relationship, you can maintain those personal hobbies without kind of just folding.
Yeah, I get that. And kind of like Jen was saying, having your own friends is super, super important. And me and Monster have a lot of the same friends. And sometimes it's hard finding out who I am when all the time he's there, which I love him. He's my partner, amazing. But it is hard when you're always around someone all the time, So a couple months ago, I got onto Bumble for friends, Bumble BFF or whatever that is. And
Yeah.
I've been meeting my own friends, going out and doing my own things. And he thinks that that's so cool. Like when I first told him that I was on Bumble, he was like, that's a dating site.
We're the prowess
Same.
of
So we're going to
relationships.
take a question from the audience if someone does have one. And if not, we're going to take a potty break and then we'll come back with a new segment.
How do I make
Oh.
Pokemon notice me?
What are some things you want to brag about?
Thank
with
you,
your
Ika.
partner that you're like, I love my partner for this.
Okay, so Red, you put your hand up first, babe. Let's see.
I mean, I'm gonna be super cheesy and say everything. I know that sounds ridiculous, but I have never felt so safe to be exactly who I am. Like
Yeah.
I don't feel like I have to be anybody but who I am, and he completely accepts it. And I can communicate literally anything to him without him freaking out. And he's just like, "Yeah, let's talk about this, babe. Let's talk it through." It's actually kind of insane to me because I've had consistent string of bad relationships. So
It's
it's a
slightly
little
alarming.
weird. It's alarming, but yeah.
Oh, what's Serena's quote? What is Serena's quote? If he can make you blush, he can hit your guts. What can I say? What can I say? Sloth, you want to answer that one, sweetie?
Sure. Let's make Ika super uncomfortable, okay?
Okay.
But he's genuinely wants what's best for me and what's in my best interest. And not even just for me, but for like everybody around him. Like the people that he cares about, he genuinely wants
Facts.
what's best for them. Right? And like I said before, like if I am picking up another hobby, even though I don't need to, because I do them all already, are there any really left? Okay, well, sure. And then, yeah, he'll make fun of me a little bit first because that's just what we do. But if that's truly what I want to do, yeah, he will genuinely support me in that. I mean, I wasn't going to get myself a birthday treat, so he ordered me ice cream and had it door dashed.
Oh, shut the fuck up.
So,
Oh, I love that.
and like, like gifts and stuff like that, he doesn't like go, hey, what do you want for Christmas? What do you want for your birthday? Like he just goes and he thinks of something. If he needs help, he'll ask somebody else, be like, hey, these are the things that she likes. I know you have similar interests. What's for a gift?
Mhm.
Right? That's not, he takes the pressure off of me. Like I don't need one more mental thing to be like, oh, okay, well now I need to think of what you can get me for a birthday present. Like
Yeah.
that's one less thing off my plate. And so and that kind of goes back to like my best interest because he knows I already have probably about a dozen ceramic plates stacked up that I'm trying to balance, and there's a paper one on the bottom. And it's holding them all up. But so even like when he was here back in October, was like just doing what he could without having to add to that. So like I was putting the boys to bed one night, and I was like, well, those are my kids. They made those dishes. Like you don't have to do that. But he was just doing them.
Just
anyway.
literally taking something off your plate. Literally.
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 I am definitely lucky with my boy because he found me during probably one of the most difficult times in my life with things that are going on in my life at the moment, and he does very well with getting me out of the dark headspaces in dealing with the things that I'm dealing with at the moment. He's very well with like playfully messing with me to the point that I stop thinking about what's going on, and he just does very well with getting me out of my own head in those moments by not exactly like distracting me, but just like supporting me in that way. And he's always been like, if you need to get out, like you can be here as long as you need, and things like that, and helping me find jobs in his area, things like that too. And it's just he's very thoughtful in that regard, and he's a cutie too.
And so you really needed someone like that,
Yeah, he's very sweet and helps me because I'm very bad with self-confidence for sure. Like in my past relationship, I was always told like, you should look like this Instagram model, you should look like Belle Delphine, you should look like this girl, not you. And so he always goes out of his way to be like, oh, you look so cute in that, oh, like you look real good. Like anytime I get dressed up and for any sort of thing, even just getting into my pajamas, he just is like, cutie. And then I'm like,
that is so sweet though.
Yeah, just by showing up and being there for him and talking him through it, and yeah, like I said, just showing up and having that conversation and the words of affirmation, and all that other stuff, and just showing that, hey, like, obviously I'm still here, right? And I am doing the opposite of what so and so did. But yeah, in the end, that's on him to fix and not you.
Yeah.
I was gonna say I haven't read her question yet, but you're gonna have to talk to your partner and see if you're even able to help. Sometimes something like that, they're gonna have to figure out themselves, and that can sound a little bit brutal, but in life, sometimes you have to go through things by yourself, and there's things that you don't have to go through by yourself. I love it. Give it to me, mean. Let me reread that question. I just want to know that just showing up, show up, show up, show up, be there, be there, be there, be there. And if that just means multiple texts a day, multiple phone calls a day, things like that, but you have to be willing to let him heal by himself. No one can make him heal other than himself. That's my advice. Jen can be me now.
It's not your responsibility, and in fact, you need to take care of yourself now more than ever. And being in a relationship with someone who is damaged. We're all damaged, yes. However, it's not your responsibility to manage someone else's trauma. It's not your responsibility to put that onto yourself. Yeah, sure, you see them hurting and you want to help them. The best way that you can help them is just by being yourself and being the partner that you want to be, and them realizing that they're in a healthy relationship is more healing than any affirmation and any overstepping and any additional shit that you can do. Just being a good relationship will be an overtime healer. But know that it is not your responsibility to sit there and be over affirmative and holding on to them during these times of like pain. However, you wanting to shows that you're a good person. So you are a good person. Don't worry about that. It's just that that's a slippery slope
Yes,
to
very
a
quickly.
codependent relationship, and it's a slippery slope to someone putting all of their emotional burden onto you, which you then feel responsible for when that should not have happened to begin with. So dating while being quote damaged is not really a safe thing to do for yourself and for other people, but at the end of the day, people do it all the time. And the best thing that we can do is acknowledge that they have a lot of pain and trauma, and also acknowledge that it's not your sole responsibility to manage.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not your suitcase. Yeah,
Yeah.
you can try to help your partner with that, but you can't do it all and you can't let it overwhelm you. How do your partners feel about streaming and the DMs that you might get that are a little bit more spicy?
Would you like to go first, Red?
Sure. I mean, he could not possibly care less. He trusts me, again, with the trust and respect thing. He respects and trusts me. And he knows that that's going to happen. That's just part of being a streamer, being a content creator, and also
being cute.
and being cute, right? Like, and he's not insecure about that. Like, of course, there's times like if something steps over an inappropriate line, but even then, he'd just be like, "Hey, you need help with anything? You good? You got it? Yeah, I got it." And you'd be like, "Okay, cool." Like, it's not. I think if it was a problem, the relationship wouldn't work. Like, that is a deal breaker thing. But just, communicating is important with it. But honestly, he does not care.
We're getting rated, so we're gonna take a second.
Oh my god,
okay?
hello, Raiders!
um,
But we've never had issues where I'm doing something too much or I'm doing anything outside of our normal, because this has always been our normal. So I am a little bit sort of not a great resource for that. However, when it comes to spicy messages, we have sort of this thing that we've been chatting about recently, where I will like a bunch of thirst traps from all my friends of all genders. However, if my partner does that, it's gonna look weird, because it just looks like some man is rolling up in my friends' spicy pictures and liking them. And even though I don't care, that like outside perspective cares, like we care so much about that. So we just don't like anyone's spicy pictures ever. However, messages, I don't really get them. I think because I am so incredibly open that I have a partner and they're on my stream all the time. If someone even tries, we just sort of pull it up on stream and laugh at it. We're like, fuck this. What? Not an open relationship, sorry. But no, I've really only gotten a few in the past. I've never gotten any like sexual advances, but I'm also not I'm I'm mean.
That's not the vibe.
I mean, I love your
mean.
personality though, and that's like one
Thank
of the biggest
you.
reasons I wanted you on the panel. I was like, I bet you Jen will give
Thanks.
me like different advice and different
Keeping it
thoughts too.
real.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Brett said she rolled a nat 20 on that, and that was good.
Assertive. I am assertive. Yes, that's like a quality.
For me to answer Melinda's question about how do your partners feel about your streaming and the DMs you might get that are a little bit spicy. Monster really is the one who helped me get into streaming, like when he helped me get started. But he also dated me knowing that I did modeling and acting, and I do get messages all the time. I don't look at them. If you send me
Yeah.
a message on Instagram, probably won't see it. Send me a message on Twitter, probably won't see it. I do a better job at keeping an eye on Twitter for like content creation friends. Like if you're a content creator and I know you and I'm expecting a message, I'll see it on Twitter. The best place to
Mhm.
reach me is on Discord because I'm not going to look at my Instagram messages or my Facebook messages. I can't do it, won't do it because I'm a friend hoe. I love my friend shit. Like if you post ass or titties, I am going to like it. You know, Jen might not, and I totally
I
understand
do
that.
as well, but only if they're femme individuals.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I totally get that. And sometimes that's been a little bit hard because I flirt very openly with my girlfriends. I remember when Emerald got in her relationship and I was like, hey, can I still call you babe or hun or sweetie or stuff like that? Because I know some partners are like, that's not okay. That's not
Right.
cool. You know, and Emerald's like, yeah, you don't mean it in like a, you want to get my pants type of way. I love calling my girlfriends sweet, beautiful names because I love you guys and I think y'all are hot and sexy. When I first started streaming, and actually I haven't had this issue too many times, I remember calling a content creator who is a female a bitch, and like in the nice, funny way that I do. And she was like, don't call me that. And I was like, yes, ma'am, won't do that. Lovely motherfucker, truly. I actually love it when someone hits my wife and she turns them down. One, she can handle herself, and two, I'm secure. See, green flag and red flag. Okay, so we're gonna start with Jen, Do Red, Emmy, and Sloth. Okay.
Okay.
Got it. Okay, he is punctual, green flag, but he is often disorganized, red flag.
Punctual? I was like, what's punctual?
Oh, sorry, I can't read words.
It's okay. Yes.
Okay.
Also, yes.
Yes.
Yeah. All yeses. For me, it's like, oh, I don't know. Maybe not. I can't stand when someone's disorganized, but that's also my red flag, and maybe that's why I can't stand it.
I'm the most
It's too
organized
much.
person
It's
I
too
know, and I
much.
don't need anyone else to be organized. I got it. Like,
I'm like my mind is not that organized, so I don't blame him for being a little messy. I'm like I am too with my ADHD.
Same.
All right. So she is dedicated, green flag, but she is overly critical, red flag.
no.
Also, no.
Yeah, no, if she's not able to fix that when I communicate it, then no.
God, I almost would say yes, but also that's a little bit of my red flag is I'm overly critical on everything. And again, like that's a big part of my people pleasing thing is I want everything to be perfect and I want everything to go right. But I guess that means just, yeah. I guess
See,
no
when
one
you
would
say
date
when
me.
you say they're overcritical, I think you mean of other people.
That's how I took it exactly.
But
like
if
you're gonna
they're
be critical of your
overcritical
partner.
of themselves, that's
Then
fine.
it's like yeah.
I mean, that's not fine, but
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
I can deal with it.
I would
Yeah.
do it. Yeah.
Okay, I see what y'all are saying. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So he is ambitious, green flag, but he is unreliable, red flag.
No.
Also, no.
No.
Emmy and
Not
Sloth at
just
the same
ideas.
time.
Mm-mm.
Yeah, if you are unreliable in any type of relationship, that's definitely something that you need to work on. Okay, let me see. Okay, so they are very talented, green flag, but they are prone to procrastinating, red flag.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's me.
I procrastinate,
Yeah.
bro.
That's fine.
It depends what type of talented they are, you know what I'm saying? So he is friendly, green flag, but he lacks attention to detail, red flag.
Okay, I'll be down in a minute and I'll get you one.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, that one's so iffy.
Yeah.
Because it depends.
It depends
Yeah.
if they lack attention to detail about me, if it's just about
What
like things in our
what
life.
was it? My child was
No.
apologizing for eating the dog food.
Did you say he's eating the dog food?
Yeah, sure did.
Delicious.
Woo! Someone's getting some protein in tonight. The question was, he is friendly, green flag, but he lacks attention to detail, red flag.
Yeah, it depends on what the detail he's lacking attention to is.
Yeah. For me, it's like just a no.
I think overall.
Fair.
Golden Retriever personality. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. So I'm like, yeah, himbos.
I will take that.
I'm here for the himbo. Yeah, I'll do it.
Yeah, I got a himbo, so
Okay.
yeah.
So they are a strong leader, green flag, but they tend to micromanage, red flag.
No, not even once.
Fuck no.
No.
Absolute pass.
Hard
Yeah.
I'm also getting you fired at your job.
I'm calling
Like,
right now to
no,
get you
I'm the one
fired.
in control here, bud.
If it's lacking attention to me, then IDK. Yeah.
Mhm.
And it's some of these are hard because you're not getting everything, but these are just more like yes or no. Which
Yeah.
one comes to your
Mhm.
head more? You know, like yes,
Mhm.
no doesn't really matter. But there is a whole bunch of us are like, ah, we need details. We need to know more.
My anxiety is like, tell me what
Magnetism.
Yep.
That's a no. I wouldn't date me. Well, if you guys are micromanaging, just know that that's something you can
Stop.
work on.
No
Stop
more.
immediately.
Stop.
Are you
calling
managing your
yourself
own
out.
project? Go micromanage your own project. They'll get done at the same time. It doesn't matter that I'm procrastinating. Get away from me.
It'll get done.
Fuck.
It's gonna get done.
That's so funny. Okay. So she is highly knowledgeable, green flag, but she struggles with communication, red flag.
Yes.
Yeah. I'm working on my communication.
It's a no for me.
Yeah.
Okay, so you said struggles, but not incapable and not unwilling.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that's why I say yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. And see, there it
And
is with
willing
like
to
not
learn
all
how.
the details.
Exactly.
You know? So
Mhm,
me, got it. Yeah, Hannah, I'm like, wow, everyone's saying no and they're talking about me.
Yeah, if they're just absolutely not trying to work on their communication,
Yeah.
because I definitely am having a communication issue of like shutting down beforehand, but I get
Mhm.
to it. It may take me a little longer, but I get to
Mhm.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you can also say that and realize it. Like
Yeah.
there and
Mhm.
there was a lot of people that I know that will not admit their problems or things like that, especially when
Or
it
not
comes
take
to communicating.
accountability.
Yeah, and
Also
it's like
different
you better fucking
if-
communicate, you motherfuckers.
It's also different if it's just like you have a
Listen,
lot of
bitch.
emotions, you know what I mean? And those emotions are hard for you to figure out how to communicate. That I
Mhm.
can totally empathize
It's
and
off for the
understand.
night.
What was that, Sloth?
Sorry, I was yelling at my child.
No,
and
okay.
accidentally
I didn't
double-clicked.
want to miss anything.
Yes.
I think struggling with communication is a big trauma thing, and that's kind of what we talked about
Mhm.
all
Yeah.
night tonight. Is that it is a big thing, but if you are good, like and Jen said it earlier, if you are going to date someone, you can't let it fall on top of that other person completely. You
Mhm.
have to work on all of your issues and all of your red flags. You can't
Mhm.
just be a certain way because you said so. I mean, you can be, but that makes you a little bit of a shitty person, and that is your red flag, you know?
Part of the human experience is growing and changing, and if you're not growing and changing, then like you're just stagnant, and that's you could go be
Mhm.
stagnant over there, not with me.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Like you need to grow as a couple.
Sweet says, I need a moment to collect my thoughts before I get back into this. And even if you can't say anything relevant to the conversation, something just as simple as that is fine,
Mhm.
you know?
I need to think
Um,
about it. The end.
Alrighty, let me see. All right, he is empathetic. Empathetic? Was that right? Yeah.
Mhm.
Green flag, but he has difficulty expressing his emotions. Red flag.
I would say yes.
Well, I would say yes. My most recent experiences have shown me that I'm going to say no. I require emotional availability.
Yeah. Yeah.
I would probably say no as well, just like if you don't get to elaborate, just no. But
Yeah.
if someone's on the spectrum, it also makes it a little different. I'm just saying.
That's
That
true.
is
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
super true. Yeah. God damn, all of us are like, God, we need thoughts, we need ideas.
It's so hard for us.
Oh shit. I feel like just if I had to say like yes or no with no questions asked, no as well. Mhm. She is trustworthy, green flag, but she struggles with jealousy, red
No.
flag.
Yeah.
Nope.
No elaboration.
Just no.
No.
Because that means she doesn't trust you. So
Mhm.
So I mean that's a no too. I didn't know if you said something.
I think so.
Yeah. I'm trying to think.
Because, like,
She's-
there are some instances, because I was talking with one of my friends the other day, and they were like, honestly, jealousy is kind of hot. And I'm like, like,
That's for
where they're
them.
like, I'm like, I don't
That's
know.
for them.
I don't know about that, buckaroo,
Mhm.
but
That's one of those things where like protective is attractive, possessive is not.
yes, exactly. I'm like,
Facts.
if you're
Facts.
protective of me, I'm like, that's hot. That's hot. But
Mhm.
I don't think that falls under like a jealousy thing.
Jealousy
Um,
is also normal, like
Yeah.
to experience. And if
Yeah.
people are
Mhm.
experiencing jealousy, they shouldn't feel shame about that. But they also need to
True.
realize that that's their own problem.
Mhm.
And obviously, I would be an
Mhm.
asshole being like, "That's your problem," but also it's not
But like
my
that's
fault
the you
to
problem.
admit.
Yeah.
I can reassure you that I didn't go. I did go to work and I did not go and cheat on you for 8 hours and drive in
Yeah.
traffic home. Like, or I
Right.
can, yeah, like that's a you problem. Sorry.
Phoenix says communication is one of my biggest flaws. I tend to overthink things too much and it makes it harder for me to express myself in words. And see, Phoenix, that's the reason why I wanted to host this panel is I know that some of these topics can be a little bit hard to think about, to communicate, to talk about, but that's the reason why I wanted to do that. Some of these panels I do are going to be funny and silly and entertaining, and some of these I hope that they make you think about who you are as a person, and hopefully at least a couple of you guys think about who you are and maybe you can be a little bit better tomorrow because of this panel, and maybe not just overnight completely, but just think about it. Like if you know you're bad at communicating or you're bad at listening or you're bad at organization, like just think about that and see how you can help yourself out and how you can help your partner out with that as well. That's it, folks. I hope you guys enjoyed the dating panel. And again, don't forget to drop a like, a follow, and a subscribe if you like the vibes. Mwah, 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 mwah.